Hello, this is R-Typer, who started it on 1.
Yep, and this is Regdren, who had to start things over because of that.
Okay, we're starting Alpha with Chapter 2 now, or the first real chapter of the game.
Yeah, there are a couple of things that are pretty difficult considering how early it is.
That is to say, because you have no abilities whatsoever.
However, I used a little trick to get around that, and here's where I have to make a confession. I did Chapter 1 over again just so I could learn Ein's level 2 skill with the Naga Fang. The reason is, well, I'll show you as soon as the fights start.
He wants early S ranks.
Well, of course I do. And here's where the common theme of Riviera starts, searching everything.
Every bush, every stone, every puddle of water.
Not that I'll ever need medicine or potions or anything like that, but Fia can learn a skill from it, so why not?
Because it takes up time.
Don't need healing items. That choice seemed a little strange to me. You basically choose whether you know what potions do.
Well, maybe Ein doesn't remember.
There's grass everywhere.
But this is special grass.
It can't possibly be worse than that rusted sword picked up last chapter.
You sure about that?
A measly 500 points.
Well, it's only a dagger.
Wait, reclaimed it? That's interesting. I should look at the lore on that castle.
Do you know Japanese?
I could learn, I guess. Not really. Wait, these two people know tactics. They're already better at group battles than Letta.
Well, Leto was not as smart as he likes to think he is.
Okay, now here's the trick I want to tell you about. Normally you can't get an S rank in these battles because you don't know any level 3 or level 2 skills yet. But if you use the Naga Fang and build up meter really fast and use the level 2 skill as soon as you can S rank these early battles and get some items that would be pretty tough to get otherwise. Actually, it's pretty easy to do for this fight.
Because this kind of enemy is a total wimp that's never a threat to you ever.
Well, yes. But also getting the meter and balancing that out with not killing it until you're ready is pretty simple to do. The drawback, of course, is 3 uses of Naga Fang. Actually, more than that because you're using them to finish off the battle. And I'll show you why you might have wanted to save it pretty soon.
Normally whips are not all that easy to get.
Yeah, you usually don't start seeing them until, at least next chapter.
Lol, I don't know. Leave it up to the amnesiac. That's not a recipe for disaster. I got a rock.
Rock number 2. I'm not gonna use this rock except in the what if zone, though. Heck, why not?
That's why not.
Pricking our thumbs because we're dumb.
Okay, 2-2, and we're going to save because, well, you can't save everywhere.
Yeah, from now on I'm doing each segment individually because there are certain things that can be messed up. I actually got this one on my first try, though. Two out of 3 says Ein doesn't want to keep going.
Well, that's all fodder for the what if zone.
Let's look at it again.
Yeah, one of the things about this is that Ein probably blushes at least as much as the girls do.
Yeah. Also, this is the first time where you make real decisions about battle. Formation and weapon choice are basically 90% of the battle.
The other 10% is knowing.
There are some choices to be made during the battle, like when to use an overskill, or sometimes when to use a particular weapon. But since formation decides where the attacks go, the preparation really does determine how most of it goes. And this battle is trickier than it looks. Even though there's just one enemy, her max attack is Dark Grip, which at this point in the game will fully heal her if she pulls it off.
So, don't do that. Let her do that. Yeah.
Making it even more complicated is that your weapons are just not very good right now because you haven't been able to build your stats up yet. And she resists lightning.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
Even if she didn't, the item that she leaves at an S rank isn't worth the use of the Naga Fang.
Alright, we did it!
That's just a generic item that I don't think is worth a slot right now.
Yeah, we don't have anyone who can learn its skill, if it has a skill.
It does,
okay.
Yes. Leave it to Lena to mess things up, I guess.
Again, she is the older one.
Yeah, in this game they actually pitched her text higher than in the Wonder Swan version. They want to really get across the idea that she's young at heart and in brain. This is why you shouldn't play this game when you're missing sleep.
But you still got the item, so everything's just fine.
Most of the treasure chests in this chapter are useless, though. Because they just give you weapons that you'd have already, and they have a ridiculous number of uses.
Yep, you only have 15 items in your inventory, so you'll always be throwing away still useful things.
Now this right here is probably the most difficult battle in the chapter.
You have no stats, you have no hope.
And they have some pretty strong skills. Furthermore, there's a trick I want to pull that's a fair deal tougher than the previous one. That guy on our right, he has a shield, which means he has a guard chance. Also, he's tougher than the mage, well, as usual for video games. However, what I want to do is get rid of him first, then use the level 2 skill on the mage to S-rank the battle.
Good luck with that, buddy.
This is where the Naga Fang really shows how strong it is, by the way. That's because I'm having Lena use it.
Oh boy.
I aim better. Giga Thunder! Lena aim better. At first I thought I might have to redo this battle because part of the rank is based on how long you take.
And you know, this is gonna take forever. It actually lost the whole rest of the video.
If you don't know about the Naga Fang, or somehow we're not able to get one, this battle is incredibly tough. Because the Naga Fang does a lot of damage to a row, and it delays their next turn, making it incredibly useful for this particular battle. Because if you're just using your normal weapons, well, as you saw, they're not that strong, and they will anger the enemy enough to make them do a lot of max attacks. And since you haven't built up your stats enough, they're going to really hurt.
A demonstration.
Here I was thinking, don't freeze Ein, don't freeze Ein.
Oh, good.
Now, I looked at the mage's hit points and I was thinking, well, this had better miss.
Yeah, throwing has low accuracy, but...
And at low damage, so there was at least a chance that it wouldn't have killed even if it hit.
And down he goes. A reward for this? Actually, I don't even know. I never S-ranked this battle. Oh.
Yep, it's a book. Books are also not the commonest things around, and they have some really useful properties. When Fia uses a book, it's a heal everyone spell. But mostly I got the book for Lena, because she throws the book, and while that doesn't sound so useful, it actually deals quite a bit of damage, and it has a chance for a really strong added element hit.
Now, what happened there?
Oh, as I said, I'm doing each segment separately.
If you say so.
Here, you get to choose whether you sense demons. Use a mini-map to stay out of their sight cone.
Their sight cone?
This one also doesn't leave anything too amazing on S rank, but I also didn't feel like going through a full battle, so I figured, hey, it's weak against fire, why not use that one use item that I got last chapter?
Wait, you're using it on this?
Yeah, why not? It's about as fast as I could possibly beat the encounter.
I guess you're not gonna save it for the Chapter 3 boss.
No! That's taking an item slot for that long? No. So, these one-use items, really powerful. However, they don't count as an overskill, so finishing a battle with them will not get you an S rank.
Never, ever, ever. Makes it sound like those things are tough. Okay, this is grinding.
Yeah, I like to put it off until the end of a section, so that if something goes wrong I don't have to repeat the whole thing. You make up an encounter, basically, and then you can use all of your weapons for free, which is they don't degrade while you use them in training. That way you can learn all the skills of everything you have.
That's one of the ways we'll abuse that one-use rapier that we got our hands on last chapters.
Yep. The other abuse is not shown in this video.
Sigh.
I forgot to tell you how the Coral Staff was useful. Specifically, it's useful when Fia has it. It has a healing skill as its base, and it has a level 2 attack skill as its overskill.
Ein just beats things with it.
Yeah. Uh-oh. It's Bambi Eyes. Coming up, the easiest minigame.
You don't need to shake the whole castle.
I have to make sure I win the minigame. Well, it's color-coded for Lena, so I might as well give it to her. Max health up. Why the heck not?
Because you could have kept it as an actual use item?
Yeah, but the max health is more useful. And there are plenty of ways that I can get that piece of fruit later. You know, she probably could cover her own mouth.
I wouldn't make any assumptions about this adventuring party.
Okay, this is someone who started punching a dangerous-looking gargoyle just to see what happened. Burn! And here's what made me concerned that I might have to do this particular section a few times before I got it right. It's towards the end, and coming up is something rather tricky. I don't trust Lena to do anything that requires the brain meats.
Yeah, I mean, she just asked what a decoy was.
You know, the characters say demons, but they just look like guys.
So far.
Or we could use a bow.
Chest will hurt Malor.
Why?
Because chest. Oh, no wonder.
Yeah, this many games are easy. Just hit the button with perfect accuracy. Hooray!
We destroyed treasure.
Well, as I said, there wasn't anything worthwhile before. And practice time, which I skipped because it's boring.
Anyway, next time we continue exploring this castle.
Later.